People, what is going on? It's me, Lucas. We're back with another episode on Feel Good Friday. I'm sorry that the setup isn't really great today. I'm not in my home because my heating isn't working. So I've had to come to my sister's and I don't have the setup or the camera to record my face. So I'm sorry about that, but things should be back to normal pretty soon. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I just want to say I hope everyone had a good New Year, Christmas. I cannot fucking believe it's already mid-January. That's just crazy. Time is going so fast. But I hope you've all got your goals set for this year. I hope you're already on your way to achieving them. I know I am. I've been pretty consistent so far. Reading a few books. So what I've been doing is I've been doing 30 minutes of reading, 30 minutes of exercise a day. For the past 17 days now. Yeah, 17th January today, Friday. That is what I've been doing. Just trying to get into a good habit of reading and sort of, self-improvement and all of that. Yep. So that is what I've been up to. Trying to think if there's anything else I've done you guys should know. Let me think. No, no, I don't think I have. I've been waking up pretty early every morning. I've been doing some journaling, manifestation, all the positive imagery, all that sort of stuff. That's been pretty strange to start off with, but getting more used to it now. I think it's starting to help. I'm starting to sort of reap the rewards and the benefits from it. So doing that is working quite well. I would recommend that. Especially the journaling, just sort of writing down what your thoughts are. Just anything that comes to your mind. I feel like writing something down or putting it in your iPad, tablet, laptop, it really helps a lot because then you can reflect on it and sort of just gives you a better understanding of, how you think, what you're thinking about, why you're thinking about it. So that is what I've been up to. I want everyone to let me know in the comments what everyone has been doing to start their year. And please do let me know what you want to see in the podcast. The plan is to have some guests in the form of people who are becoming really successful just now, entrepreneurs, influencers. Obviously, got some big dreams for the podcast, and we will get there. I can't wait to start having guests on, sort of giving you guys what you want in terms of advice from people in certain fields, industries, subjects. I can't wait for that, to really help you guys and give you guys the Feel Good Friday that I've promised. But yeah, I suppose I'm trying to think what's happened. I don't think there's been too much news over the new year. Suppose Feel Good Friday, we're all about the positivity. So the ceasefire in Gaza, that's happening. That's a positive. The LA fires were pretty crazy, very sad, especially for the people that cannot replace what was burnt down. That was sad, but it's good to see all the people chipping in with donations and charity funds for the people who are worse off in the scenario of the fires. I think that's great. So some very positive things happening. I think this month is it's flying in, but I think it's good and I think everyone needs to sort of keep those habits, and if you're trying to achieve those goals and you're doing certain things, and keep going with it, because normally when it comes to the end of the first month, people start to slack off and they start to sort of create the habits that they tried to get rid of in the first place again. So keep it up. I know you can. I know if I can, you can. So let me know what you're doing, what goals you have, what you're planning to do to achieve them. But most of all, let me know what guests you want to see, because I'm going to do everything in my power, and I know we'll get this podcast to what it needs to be most useful for all of you. because that is why I'm doing it. I want to give everyone help, advice, really positive energy on their Fridays to get them going into the weekend, the week, the month, the year, their life. Just get you guys rolling, get the ball rolling. So that is the plan for the podcast just now. As I said, I'm sorry that this is going to be audio only. Yeah, I'm not in my usual setup, and I'm going to be ordering some new equipment, which is pretty exciting. So that's a good step forward for the podcast. And I've been reaching out to a few people. I've got a lot of things brewing in the cauldron, as they'd say. So that is not what they'd say. What? My head works so weird. I don't know why I say such stupid shit, man. Oh my god. Anyway, no, but it's true. I have things brewing. And I'm not going to tell you about them just yet, because you'll know when you see. I.e., you'll know when it's done. It's sort of that saying, tell none till it's done. That is what I'm doing. I sort of wanted to just come on today and give you guys some recommendations to stay committed to your goals, and give you some sort of action to take steps towards those goals. One thing I'm learning a lot about, and I think is a really positive thing to sort of create a good relationship with, is failure. I want everyone to start taking failure as a positive. I want you to be resilient and strong, keeping the habits up and letting bad habits go. A quote that I came up with, it's probably been said in so many other ways, in forums and different formats, but every new environment, new venture is a chance to succeed or fail. Do either, and success is the result. I think that statement could not be more true. When you fail, it's a success because you find out what doesn't work, and what does work becomes more apparent. So I want you to use that quote and saying this month, this year. Think of failure as a good thing. Reframe your mindset and your thoughts on failure to positive. Think of them that almost as if you don't care if you fail, but make sure to learn from the failure that happens. Because as I said, with all failures, what doesn't work becomes apparent, and what does work becomes even more apparent, because you eliminate what you know now does not work. If you know what I'm getting at. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So yeah, I want you all to just, if something happens, if you fail, if you don't get that job, if you don't get that pay rise, if you don't get, I don't know, whatever it is that you do, if you don't get it, move on, but learn from the mistake or failure. And if you make mistakes in your work, your job, also just keep thinking positive. Take failure as a positive, but then learn from them and make sure that the failure doesn't happen again. There's a good book I've been reading. It's called, I'll just tell you, it's called The Right Kind of Wrong, How the Best Teams Use Failure to Succeed, by Amy Edmondson. I'd really suggest and recommend this book. It's got a lot of good insights. The main takeaway from it is you sort of have three forms of failure: basic, complex, and basic, complex, and intelligent failures. And it sort of goes intelligent, basic, complex in that order. Intelligent failures are failures that happen in new environments, somewhere, someplace, some environment that you don't know anything about, and when you fail, you automatically start to know what doesn't work. So that's intelligent. Intelligent failures are a good thing. Your basic failures are sort of failures in novel contexts. So that's your failures where you essentially, for example, you burn your pancakes. Fuck, it's a stupid example, but no, that is a basic failure. When you sort of burn pancakes, that's a novel context. You know how to make pancakes, but you somehow manage to burn it. That could be a loss of focus, concentration. And complex failures are essentially failures that arise from your basic failures. So basic failures that are not error proofed or worked on, and sort of become a bigger error failure. There's a very good example in the book. It was a process that a lot of businesses use today to sort of erase the chances of failure or failures extending into even more complex failures, and it's called the Swiss cheese process. So you've got, so you know, on your Swiss cheese you have your holes on the cheese. Okay, imagine that. Imagine stacking those slices of cheese on top of each other, say a block of 10. Okay, so you've got a square of cheese, Swiss cheese with the holes. Now, say the holes on the Swiss cheese were to align all the way to the bottom. That would be a complex failure. That would be a system in which the failure has not been error-proofed at any stage. In other words, imagine your block, all the holes align to one slice of cheese away from the bottom. A system has enough error-proofing just about to resist a complex failure. So, for example, say in a hospital, I don't know why I'm telling you all this, just to sort of give you more insight to failure and how to reframe it and sort of think, how can I reduce failure, but also think of it as a positive, necessary thing. So yes, imagine it's got all the way to the bottom, bar one slice. It means that a system is sufficient enough not to have a complex failure occur. And this really benefits the whole organization. For example, I don't know why, I'm not even a fucking scientist in failure. I don't even know what I'm telling you, but I think it's good to have insight on failure so that you can reframe your sort of framework of failure. You get me? Yeah, I'm sure you get me. So yeah, I was going on about the slice, one slice before the bottom. If you are able to implement a system or a framework inside your mind where failure doesn't get to that complex failure, and you have enough sort of error-proofing systems, then that is always the way to go, I think, in my opinion, and from this book. So yeah, anyway, I'd recommend that book, Right Kind of Wrong by Amy Edmondson. Very good book. And I sort of just want to tell you guys that, and guys and girls, obviously, I don't know why I always say that. I'm sort of used to it now. Anyway, apologies, guys and girls, boys and girls. I just want to say that I hope that you continue with the goals you're trying to achieve. Don't let any external influences, distractions get in the way of that. I know that social media can sort of cause almost like a perfection trap where you see other people, because on social media everyone just posts their good. You never see someone post something negative, their bad side, when they look bad, when they have done something bad. It's always the positive, and that sort of gets you in that perfection trap. So just honestly fuck it off, like, get it, just try and reframe your mind to not care about that stuff, not care what people think, say, because who gives a fuck? You only live one life, so live it to the fullest. Don't live it living someone else's. Be yourself, be authentic, and you'll fucking make it, 100%. I can't wait. I'm so excited for this year's sort of stuff that's going to, i.e. the podcast. I've got so much vision. Sometimes I actually can't get to sleep at night because I'm thinking about the podcast and the guests and the scope of guests we can get on to help you, to help all of you, to give you advice, motivation, grit, the determined mindset that you need to achieve everything you want to achieve. And for me as well. I don't just say this for all of you, but I'm the same. I can't wait to have people come on and sort of share their advice, their inspiration, motivation, all their sort of aspirations. I can't wait. this podcast it's gonna go to the moon. It's gonna go all the way to the moon. And I want everyone to be in the journey with me, because I would like to have a massive community where everyone can sort of talk to each other, hype each other up. Maybe someone's not had a great day, they can sort of come on and have a chat. And yeah, I just want it to be a really tight, binded community that's able to help each other and everyone achieves their dreams together. That is the dream for this podcast. But until then, I'm going to keep fucking working my ass off to get guests in, to try and get the name out there. But I need your help. This is where you come in. I need you to share the podcast. I need you to comment, like, subscribe. And that is not for the case of making money. Although making money is great, and I can't wait to make myself a lot of money to live and all that sort of stuff. But really, it's just to get the podcast out there and going, because with more followers, attention, more of an audience, it means the guests will become bigger. We'll be able to sort of reach more brands and sort of agents so that we can bring guests in. Yeah, so just share it as much as you can, please. And yeah, it's going to be for the benefit of everyone. Me, you, absolutely anyone that knows or hears or listens to this podcast. So yeah, and I just want to finish on the quote that I talked about a little bit earlier. Every new environment, new venture, is a chance to succeed or fail. Do either, and success is the result. Thank you very much for coming and watching today's episode. I'm very sorry again that I wasn't able to be in it, my face, the set. I'm not home, so sorry about that. But I hope that this has given you a bit more insight, motivation, and sort of, yeah, just, I hope you're more excited for the podcast. The dreams are big. They're going to happen. They're going to happen with all of you in it with me. It's going to be great. It's going to be fucking amazing. So lock in, guys and girls. Keep your dreams going. Keep the goals. Don't stop. And yeah, take care. Have a great fucking weekend. And I will see you back here next Friday. Hopefully we're back in the set. Yeah, let me know what you want to see more of, less of. Well, can't really ask to see less of because you're hardly fucking seeing anything just now. So anyway, take care. Peace, guys.